Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm really trying to get a handle on the human being, on the human condition. Just in watching videos here on YouTube, comments, just in staying in truth and being open to truth, and the vast amount of information that's on the internet and the things you can read about and things that could possibly be true, that may be true, and I was watching the Democratic National Convention tonight. I decided to watch it. I hadn't planned on watching it, but I decided to go ahead and watch it and see what was said, see what they're saying. And I come away with a few thoughts as I look at all these people here at this convention, and they're cheering and happy, that Obama officially got the nomination and everything. And one thought is, it's sort of like if that was taking place in the movie The Matrix. Ultimately, all that wouldn't mean anything, right? Because it wouldn't be real. And I feel that's true on some level. I mean, there's so many levels. If we look at things spiritually or religiously, in a bigger scheme of things, it's not that important. If Jesus could return tomorrow, that convention, it's not important. If the Antichrist could pop up tomorrow, that convention is not important. Although, funny thing is, some might believe that Barack might be either or. If the world was to get struck by a meteor tomorrow, that convention wouldn't be important. If the United States was to get attacked by a nuclear weapon, that convention wouldn't mean anything tomorrow. So you get what I'm saying. There are so many things going on in this world, and it comes down to prioritizing things. What is really important? Yeah, this is something that has to happen because of being in the United States. Sure, we have to go through this process that we've been in place for several hundred years, but I guess more so it's getting all caught up in the pageantry of it, all the feel-good stuff on it, about it. People saying how great Hillary's speech is, or President Clinton's speech was, or Biden's speech was. And then even there, I'm thinking, okay, well, those speeches are supposed to sound good. They're supposed to sound good. For one, they have speech writers. Speech writers give them points, talking points, give them keywords to go out there to evoke an emotion from you. They want keywords to hit you to evoke a positive emotion. They want to throw keywords out there, for instance, talking about Bush or the other runner for Republicans, McCain. They want to throw words out there to think bad about them. So they're playing with their emotions, right? So it's superficial in a sense. They're playing with the emotions. They're going to tell you the things that you want to hear. So how real is it? Well, I guess it's real in a sense because human beings are that type of creature that we follow our emotions, and we are apt to just follow anybody who can push our buttons and play with our emotions. What does anyone expect Hillary or Bill to say when they say, well, how they came out supporting this and that? Well, what else were they going to say? It wasn't going to benefit her nor him to come out and say something that would divide the Democratic Party. It's not in her benefit, so she's not going to do it. But believe me, if it was, or if it could be in her benefit to make it divisive, she would have said something, or Bill would have said something. But it wasn't in her or his best interest. She still has the future to look forward to. Maybe getting a position within the White House and Obama's cabinet if he's elected, or her running again in 2012. It wasn't to her benefit. So how could you speak so highly about how this speech she gave or he gave is so great when it should have been expected? And then, as I look at all these people, you got whites, you have blacks, you have Christians, you have Muslims, probably some Jews out there, probably some other faiths, probably some atheists out there. And you have all these people, and outside of that convention, they would be fighting against each other. A Christian telling a Muslim how wrong that he is in his religion. Or both of them saying how atheist is so wrong in a religion. So if these people are so wrong in these other aspects of their life, if you would say that they aren't thinking correctly in these other aspects of their life, then how would you know for sure at what point they are thinking correctly? And yet you are here together saying that you're both thinking correctly on what you're doing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. The human being, we're unique, and you know, it's all in our own realities. Everybody's living in their own world, functioning within their own world, operating within their own world, according to their own realities and what they are able to piece together through their senses and through their mind and intelligence and whatnot. And yet you can't really trust any of that, can you? You can't really trust any of your senses. You can't really trust your intellect. Can't trust your thoughts in your mind. Not really. Only to a certain point, because you don't know, because we know that they're flawed in a manner, that they aren't operating to 100%. And when I say 100%, maybe they're operating to 100% when it comes to this human body, but I'm talking about in comparison to things. Dogs can smell better than the human can. A hawk can see better than a human can. And then if you look at it, even within how we hold this eyeball to be so great in its construction, but we can only see one aspect of the color realm, right? Can't see the X-rays and infrareds, those levels. So it's lacking in some aspect. So that's such with all our senses. So in some aspect we are lacking, and we aren't fully aware, completely aware about the truth of everything. And that's probably why we're so lost, because we are. I like to say, I don't want to say that we're not perfect. I like to say that we're perfectly imperfect. We can only be what we can be. We can't be anything else. And then one thing, and once again, it's speaking to the human condition. I was watching the best damn sports show, period. And at the end of it, they was making fun. What did it say? The not so smooth clip or something like that. But they showing a clip. There were some wrestlers. It was at a gymnasium. They was up on a panel. Looked like they had visited some school, and so they had, you know, regular people up in the stands. And so this guy gets a mic to, you know, speak to the wrestlers, and he gets overcome with this emotion. He starts crying because he's so happy to see him, and he's saying something like, you know, I want to thank you, you know, for sacrificing your body, and you know, it's real to me, you know, speaking about wrestling, you know, not the like Olympic wrestling, you know, not that type of wrestling, but the wrestling, you know, WWE, whatnot, the fake stuff, the scripted stuff. It's real in the physical aspect of it, but you know, it's scripted in that sense. You know, but it's real to me, and I mean, he was crying, overcome, and he was crying, and so you figure, you know, why is he crying? And it's just that human condition. So you look at this person, he's gonna probably vote. You know, what is he? Is he a Christian or whatever? And when you look at people and maybe sort of weird or crazy, or you know, you say they're thinking crazy or different, whatnot, and yet if you find yourself like-minded as them on some aspect, then you gotta wonder once again, you know, who's really crazy, or what is that state? Is there a state of craziness? And once again, there's somebody, that person, you're gonna be like-minded with him probably about something. Like I said, he probably might be a Democrat, so he's gonna be voting the same as you, and yet you would say, why are you crying about these wrestlers? And it's fake, unless you're one who is a fan of wrestling. But I don't know, just the human condition, humans. God bless everyone. Peace and love.